This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. Former President Barack Obama backs the Joe Biden's call to change Senate rules to pass voting rights. Obama called on the Senate to do the right thing. He said the Voting Rights Act was the result of Democratic and Republican efforts. The United States imposed sanctions on 6 North Koreans and a Russian firm after missile tests. The U.S. Treasury Department said the steps aimed to prevent the advancement of North Korea's weapons program. The US's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization report reveals that nearly $106 million were provided to Islamophobic groups between 2017 to 2019. Council on American Islamic Relations lists 35 charitable institutions and foundations that funneled to 26 anti-Muslim groups. 11 crew from 5 countries held on ship hijacked by Yemen rebels. Pakistan has strongly condemned the hijacking of the United Arab Emirates flagged cargo vessel Rawabi by the Houthis. Pakistan calls for the immediate release of the vessel and its crew. China has reportedly accelerated settlement building along its disputed border with Bhutan. According to new satellite images and experts, China is erecting more than 200 structures in 6 areas along the disputed frontiers. Escalating military action in Yemen has left the Arab world's poorest nation facing growing hunger and economic collapse. According to the United Nations, more than 15,000 people were displaced over the past month and more than 350 civilians were killed or injured in December. 8 countries that include Iran, Venezuela and Sudan have lost their right to vote at the United Nations because of unpaid dues. Iran said it could not pay even the minimum amount because of US economic sanctions. After first pig to human heart transplant, Ambassador of Pakistan to US holds virtual meeting with Pakistan-born scientist Dr. Muhyiddin. Ambassador of Pakistan to US Dr. Asad Majid Khan congratulated Dr. Muhammad Muhyiddin for achieving a groundbreaking milestone in medical history. Iran has sent French-Iranian academic Fariba Adalkha back to prison from house arrest. Iran sentenced Adalkha in May 2020 to 5 years in prison for conspiring against the national security. Up next, we have the national updates. Commander of the Terrestrial Army Congo has called on Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa at GHQ. Both discussed matters of mutual interest, regional security situation and scope of military cooperation to include defense, training and security between the two countries. Prime Minister Imran Khan visited the Inter-Services Intelligence Secretariat in Islamabad, accompanied by Federal Ministers and Chief of the Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa. Prime Minister was given a comprehensive briefing on national security and regional dynamics. Pakistan has urged Spain to play its role within the European Union to help prevent humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi met his Spanish counterpart and expressed satisfaction on existing bilateral trade. An anti-terrorism court announced 9 times death sentence to 4 accused in the Johor Town blast case. A female accused has been sentenced to 5 years of imprisonment. Last year, blast in Johor Town area of Lahore killed 3 people. The federal government has asked for experts' opinion on the medical report of PMLN Supremo Nawaz Sharif. If experts declare sign of improvement in Nawaz Sharif's health, the government will contact his physician. PMLN President Shehbaz Sharif met JUIF Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman at his residence in the federal capital. The two opposition leaders considered bringing a no-confidence motion against Prime Minister Imran Khan. PTI's UK finance head says all funds from Britain sent to Pakistan and fulfilled all legal responsibilities. Muhammad Iqbal's comments came after Election Commission of Pakistan revealing that the PTI didn't share details of 2 UK accounts that sent money for the party. National Seismic and Tsunami Monitoring Center director warned that tsunami threats loom over the Sindh and Makran coasts. The warning came after 5.0 magnitude earthquake hits Gwadar and nearby areas. A large number of tourists have reached the historic Laram Top in Deer Lower after the valley received several inches of snow. Laram Top is located 8,000 feet above sea level. Local residents demanded that the Laram Top should be developed on modern lines. The Punjab Tourism Department Corporation has once again opened the province to local and foreign tourists. The department has launched a bus service running from Lahore to Gurdwara, Darbar Sahib, Kartarpur, and various other places of religious and historic significance across South Punjab.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
Up next, we have the health updates. The risk of dying from cancer in the United States has been dropped by a third since 1991. Health experts said that success is largely because of the earlier diagnosis, better treatments, and fewer smokers. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. Personalized smart guns have finally become available to US consumers. Lodestar Works 9mm smart handgun can be fired only by verified users. Up next, we have the sports updates. A friendly match between Yorkshire County Cricket Club and Lahore Qalandar has been postponed due to the COVID-19 developments globally. New time and dates for the trials will be announced in due course. Chelsea reached the League Cup final with 1-0 win over Tottenham. Antonio Rudiger's goal and 3 VAR decisions helped the Blues seal the win. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. World's most popular audio streaming subscription service, Spotify, has joined forces with the Coke Studio Pakistan. Under the partnership, they are to launch an official Coke Studio Pakistan destination on the app. The blockbuster Spider-Man No Way Home broke the box office record of the 1997 romantic tragedy film Titanic. Critics called the film deeply satisfying and praised Tom Holland's performance as one for the age. The Federal Intelligence Agency has launched a money laundering probe against Pakistani TikTok star Hareem Shah. Development came after video evidence showed the social media star confessing to carrying large sums of currency to United Kingdom. Up next, we have the business updates. US consumer prices increased to new 40 years high in December as rental accommodation and used cars maintained their strong gains. It bolsters expectations that the Federal Reserve will start raising interest rates as early as March. The United States dollar weakened against the Pakistani rupee in the interbank currency market. The greenback depreciated by 40 paisas against the domestic unit. The dollar closed at 176.23 against the rupee.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.